What is going on, guys? This is Snake Sports here, and today I'm going to talk about one of the best rivalries in college football, the Iron Bowl. Alabama, or number 1 Alabama, versus the number 15th Auburn. Man, it is going to be a great game. Auburn has been looking really well this year. They are 8-3, not really bad. They've beaten some good teams this year. Also, like I said before, they are 8-3 overall. They are 5-2 in the conference, while while Alabama is 11-0 and 7-0 in the conference. The matchup predictor is Alabama 81.9% over Auburn with 18.1%. I believe that Auburn could beat Alabama. Chattanooga last night, as I was watching the game, played pretty well, even though Alabama won 33 to 3. Yeah, now it may seem that like this is a lopsided game, but Chattanooga played pretty well against a number 1 team with they only gave up 30 points in the game. The whole game. Usually when a FBS team plays an FCS team, they beat them by like 40 to 50 points. But Chattanooga played pretty well against a number 1 ranked team in the country, especially in the FBS. It's going to be tough for Auburn, though, because Auburn will have to play really well against Alabama's defense and Alabama Jalen Hurts as well. And plus, it's at Alabama, so it's getting even more tougher than last year. As we all know, that Alabama beat Auburn 29-13. Auburn didn't really have a good season last year, but this year could be the year for the Tigers to upset Alabama, and it could possibly upset Alabama and not make them in the college football playoffs. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so I'm going to give you some stats for this year's game. As y'all know, I am playing NCAA 14 college football. These are not the accurate rankings. As y'all know, Auburn is 15th in the nation, and yes, Alabama is. And these are the rosters before the season started. I feel like I say that all the time now. For the season leaders for Auburn is Sean. I believe it's Sean White. He has completed over 129 passes with 198 with 1,644 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jalen Hurts has done really well as a freshman quarterback in the SEC. Pretty impressive. He has 182 to 281 with 2,168 yards. Also with 19 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. For rushing, for Auburn's rushing, we have Cameron Petaway. He has 173 carries with over 1,106 yards with 7 touchdowns. For Damian Harris, he has 114 carries, 853 yards, 2 touchdowns. And now for the receiving leaders for this year's matchup, we have Tony Stevens for Auburn. He has 29 receptions, 466 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Ardarius Stewart for Alabama has 39 receptions, 683 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive. For team stats overall, we have Auburn for points per game. Auburn has 34.1 points per game, while Alabama has 40.3 points per game. Points per allowed per game for defense. Now, this is probably going to be a defensive game because both almost are similar to one another. Auburn has allowed 14.3 points per game, while Alabama has only allowed 11.4 points per game. Total yards are almost even as well. Total yards is 473.5 for Auburn, and for Alabama is 477.6. Total yards of passing for Auburn, it's 175.7, and for Alabama, it's 227.8. Total yards rushing, Auburn has more rushing yards than Alabama, which is 297.8 for Auburn, while Alabama has 249.8. Yards allowed, Auburn has a tough time for this. They have 334.5 points or yards allowed, while Alabama's tough defense has 252.6 yards allowed on defense. Pretty impressive. Auburn needs to work on their defense this game. Passing yards allowed for Auburn is 216.8, while Alabama has 183.7. Rushing yards allowed, this is a huge one. Auburn has 117.7 yards allowed, while Alabama only has 68.9. That is impressive and crazy stat. Well, I don't know who's going to win this game. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a defensive battle game, just like the LSU versus Alabama game. It's going to be close. It's going to be just a battle. It's going to be a fun game. I can't wait to watch it after I watch the NC State or UNC NC State game. And yeah. Alright guys, this is Snake Sports here. Hope you enjoy this video. Me playing NCAA 14. Hope you guys like that as well. Guys, thanks for watching. Snake here. Have a great day. And see you guys later. Peace.